Hello everyone, Caulfield Review Show, 10th of May 2025 racing, which was yesterday. Good day's racing, some nice horses unearthed. Let's get on with the track recap, straight into it. As it historically does at Caulfield, forward of midfield for majority of the races was an advantage, and later in the day the jockeys shifted maybe 2 to 3 horses off the inside. That's where they wanted to be, which is fairly predictable. So that was a track recap. Time now to get onto the performance tier list from yesterday. Here it is on the screen right now. The highest rated horse and race that I had going on my rating system was War Machine. Unsurprisingly, the race that rated good, Prince Tycoon in the first, nice horse. The races that rated all right, For Now in race 2, Wonder Kid in race 3, and Prancing Spirit in race 9. The races that rated okay were Avebury and also just before that, Medaya, and the races that rated poorly on my rating system out of yesterday were Angry Skies and also Mary Eliza. The highest rated performance I had on my rating system yesterday was War Machine. This was its win in race number 8. It was an unsurprising highest rated horse because the pace was on in the early stages, and being a benchmark 100, there were good quality horses in this field, especially War Machine, who's tested his ability in some better races. Now, War Machine had the perfect run, 1 out, 1 back, on speed, forward to midfield in that perfect lane at Caulfield. So it had everything to suit, but it still won with a leg in the air. Clearly better than this slot. Third up, it can progress to something greater and be highly competitive. The second highest rated race out of yesterday I had as Prince Tycoon in the first. I was a bit surprised by this because of the slow early speed. I thought, gee, my rating system isn't going to like this. But they must have zipped home in some quick sectionals. And Prince Tycoon, when looking at him in the yard, I immediately thought, gee, this horse is going to get over a bit more ground. I wouldn't be surprised if he drifted a little bit. He got out to 210, and during the run when they went so slow, I thought Rosangela, the leader, looks like a real speedster. It might just kick away from it. And when Prince Tycoon was under pressure at the 400, I thought, well, this horse is going to have to pick up pretty soon if it wants to win. But it did, and it got the job done. Nice horse. Despite being by written Tycoon, I wouldn't be surprised if by the time we get to November, it could be a 3-year-old Caulfield Guineas type of horse and be highly competitive in a 3-year-old Caulfield Guineas. You heard it here first, 11th of May, Sunday 2025 at 5:29 p.m. Prince Tycoon will win the Caulfield Guineas. Actually, I won't go that far. It'll be highly competitive if it goes to a Caulfield Guineas. Now on to the lowest rating races out of yesterday. The first one was Angry Skies in race number 7. That race was set up for a horse like Angry Skies in Angry Skies' position to swoop over the top. There was only a quarter of a length between first and fourth. I'd be worried about that form going forward. The other race was Mary Eliza. The favourite had it all set up, 51 kilos, forward to midfield, in the right part of the track, and it won pretty well. I Only Wish, who ran second, has been battling it was battling for a long time in a pack and a main to break the maiden. So against Saturday quality opposition in different races, you expect a race like that to rate lower than everything else. So it's not a big deal for those 3-year-olds, but for the Angry Skies race especially, probably don't want to be following that form going forward. Right of the day time, in the 5 or so weeks that I've been doing the review show, no jockey has got the award twice yet. Yesterday I'm giving it to Jet Stanley for keeping his cool and winning the race very well on For Now. He gets stuck behind a tiring Quay at about the 400 metre mark, but rather than pulling back and trying to go to the outside of Galileus, he went inside and ended up being the winning move because it was able to sprint heaps better than Zayab, who was tiring with the big weight, and Galileus, who struggles to win. We've known for a while, and yesterday he looked at one stage he was going to win Galileus, but For Now swooped through on the inside to give Jet Stanley my right of the day. Forgive file out of yesterday, I've highlighted 5 horses. The first one out of race 2 was Golden Crusader. It pulled up lame, it went too hard. complete forget run. Another complete forget run was Storm Season in race number 4. Gate 1 was always going to be tricky and it should have finished closer. Also in race 4, Forever in Time, just raced 2 wide. Terry Lee in the same race was held up and not much of a hope. And Lario in race number 6 also raced a little bit wide. That was the Forgive 5. Black Booker time. If you remembered back to last week, I said that Avebury, third up to maybe 1,400 metres or so, follow it. And it won a Phillies and Mez 78 over 1,400 yesterday at Caulfield. So I hope a couple of you watching this had a cent on. Anyway, on to this week's Black Bookers. I've got 3 this week. We'll start in race number 3, the Wonder Kid race. I'm highlighting Golden State Warrior. This horse was off an 8-week let-up yesterday from an extended Adelaide Cup trip of 3,200 metres where the horse started $3.60 and failed. Came back off a bit of a let-up with a couple of trials yesterday behind Wonder Kid, and I thought it was just starting to pick up really late in the piece before it got held up, and then once it got clear again after the line, it was the strongest through it. So next start up to 2,400 metres, follow Golden State Warrior. Out of race number 8, the War Machine race, I'm highlighting Forgot You, a distance well short of this horse's best. This horse was off a 13-month break, so he was never really going to win, and especially the way the track was playing, the way the race set up, the back markers just got too far back, and War Machine with the race fitness and a better horse was able to get the job done in the race. However, Forgot You was really good after the line especially. He just started to pick up the last 50, and after the line he was probably the best through it. So Forgot You, throughout my lifetime, horses second up off a bit of a break tend to perform well. So I'd be following Forgot You wherever it goes next start, hopefully up to 1,600 metres or beyond. And out of the last race, Prancing Spirits race, I'm going to highlight Lardy Shah. I highlighted it out of the Mornington Cup Day meeting and said follow this horse next start. Got too far back, only finished a length and a quarter off the winner, Prancing Spirit. But that's this horse's problem, is getting too far back. Occasionally in its career, it's settled 4th in run. So I just hope next start it can draw a gate. It just needs to draw a gate first of all. It did yesterday, it drew gate 6, but it settled 13th in run. Take this horse at your own risk because it could get back again, but if it jumps and they sort of push it up a bit to be a bit closer, it's a massive chance next start. 6 weeks profit in a row, plus 9.25 units yesterday, 3 winners from 6 races, Steel Trap, Floozy, and also Cleo Cat. The Gold Coast meeting was kind to me in the Floozy regard, but by the time they got to Pleasure Artist race, gee whiz, it was a heavy 10. How good was that guy in the Hollandale though? Sprinted past the Mantino. I already can't wait for next week's preview because I'm just going to stay disciplined, keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully keep winning. Time now for Stars of the Week. This was the highest rated race I had anywhere throughout the week in Victoria. It was the Just Glamorous Changing Colours race at the Caulfield Heath. Now, Just Glamorous did what Waterhouse Bot front runners usually do, and that's go to the front and keep on running. Changing Colours, I'm pretty sure it at one point got to $1.01 in run on Betfair. And look, 1,600 metres is as far as Changing Colours wants it off the back of this performance, but I think Just Glamorous can progress to a 2,000 metre distance now. It was coming back on the line. Both these horses, Just Glamorous and Changing Colours, can go to a Saturday Fillies and Mares race and be highly competitive. Then we get one from the bush at Bendigo back on Tuesday. Ozam's Razor, keep an eye out for it. It's in the Henry Dwyer colours, flies past everything to win. Also in this race was a Waterhouse Bot front runner that set a pretty solid gallop, but Ozam's Razor was still a long way off him at the 400 metres. Even though they were tiring late, it still made up a stack of ground, Ozam's Razor, and it sprinted past him to win by about a length and a half. I can't wait to see this horse at 2,000 metres. This was at 1,500 metres on Tuesday at Bendigo. I think it was second up on that day. I can't wait to see it at 2,000 metres. Just looks like a horse that'll eat up extra distance. Thanks everyone for watching this week's review show. Here's a recap of everything we've been through in the review show. So pause it if you've missed, forgotten, or want to write down anything. Thanks everyone again for watching, and until next video, bye for now.